Hey, you! Let's talk about metal! Today I'll be sharing my top 5 favorite songs by Children of Bodom from Finland. First of all, I have to say Children were my favorite band from the release of 8 Breeder up to 2005-2006. In fact, they released Are You Dead Yet in 2005 and maybe a year later it wasn't my favorite band anymore. There's few reasons because of that. The 4 first album for me are completely untouchable, and that's why the top 10 today will focus on those 4 albums. Sorry if you like the other albums better. Maybe I'll do another top tracks of all the other albums. It can be really interesting as an exercise since there are so many great songs on the other albums as well. Alexi Laiho was my favorite guitar player for a long time, actually. Right now he's at least in my top 5 still. He has such an ability to write memorable lead guitar playing, riffs and memorable melodies in his soloing. So his solo is not just about technique and shredding, it's all about emotion to make sense with the song. I'm still mourning him, to be honest. It was such a shock when he died, and it was, I'd say, the musician I had the hardest time to let go. Yes, Chuck Schuldiner and Dimebag were really tough ones too, especially how they went. It was so dramatic, but Alexi was even harder. I don't know why, but I still love him a lot. Okay, before getting too emotional, let's celebrate his magnificent songwriting with my top 20, and I have to say, even if it's only on the first album, I had such a hard time to make that list, and maybe in a year it will be a little bit different. I don't know, but today I was feeling like it. It's, for me, it's 20 magnificent song, fantastic song, and number 20 is War Heart. And I'm sure a lot of you are saying, already War Heart, what is he doing? Really cool song with a great solo, and I really like the sweep picking part at the end with also the other part is half screaming, is like raspy voice that he had on 8 Breeder. So good, really like those 2 parts. Number 19, Needle 24/7. Yes, it's not at the top like I'm sure it will be on many people's lists. Needle 24/7, such a great opener with a great guitar solo and unbelievable melody, great soloing, and the chorus is one of the best of Children of Bodom catalog. So really cool song. Number 18, Bodom After Midnight from Follow the Ripper, the second song. Really energetic song with a lot of cool parts. Really like the bridge just before the chorus. The solo is really cool too, a nice build up into it. That's it for number 18. Number 17, Triple Corpse Hammer Blow from 8 True Death Roll. I think it's such an underrated gem. I really like that song. I think the main riff is really reminiscent to the song Kissing the Shadows on Follow the Ripper. I really like those palm mute riffs by Alexi. So cool, and the instrumental part is so freaking good. Really love that track, and there's not a lot of people that are talking about that one, so Triple Corpse Hammer Below. Number 16, The Bed of Razor. So, really cool mid-tempo track, really melodic. The chorus is so good with Okay, I'm stopping that shit. Really cool song, really cool solo, the sweep picking part, so good again. A top track. Number 15, maybe another one that not a lot of people would put in their top 20 list. It's not Northern Comfort, the hate track on Follow the Ripper. It's so amazing. The chorus on this track is probably one of my 3 favorites chorus. The lead guitar playing on top of the chorus is so amazing. I really like that line. There's not a big solo in that song. It's the only song on Follow the Ripper that we don't have extended solo, but I don't care. The riffs are so amazing. The lead guitar playing amazing. The voice of Alexi, so cool. Really like that track. Maybe it can be even higher. Number 14 from the first album, my favorite track on that album. It's called The Nail, and that's the only track I put from Something Wild, but there's so many others. I was thinking about it, and no, there's no Lake Bodom in my top 20. I'm sorry about that. If it was the live version on Tokyo War Arts, maybe I will put it, definitely. And Touch Like an Angel of Death, same thing. Those tracks on that live album are so amazing. They are just better than the studio version. The Nail, to talk a little bit about it. So many things happening in that track, and the end is so cool, very neo-classical influence. I really dig that track, and the rawness of this track is so great. Number 13, Bodom Beach Terror. Another absolutely amazing track. The guitar solo is so amazing in the outro with the keyboard solo, and the end riff between the guitar and the keyboard, so great. I truly love the melody of the chorus. It's so great. What a track. And what about the it's so groovy, love it. Number 12, Hate Breeder, the title track, an unrelentless track, really fast paced, really aggressive, but at the same time filled with a lot of melodies. The end of this track is so great. They were doing a lot of that to end the tracks with soloing on that album. I really like it. Hate Breeder, such a wonderful one. Number 11 will maybe come as a surprise for some of you. You're Better Off Dead. It was the first single coming out the album A Crew Death Row. I think it's a fantastic track. Another chorus to die for. The guitar playing during the pre-chorus and the chorus is so amazing. Some of the best leads I think Alexi did in all his career. Just for that, you have to appreciate that track. And there's also more maybe heavy riffage in that track, so it's quite different. There's a lot of that on A Crew Death Row, and it was really cool to bring some diversity after the 2 previous albums that were all about melodies all over again. Number 10, so we are entering in the top 10. Every Time I Die, another mid-paced song with soulful melodies. So amazing, man. How can you write songs as soulful as that? The chorus is perfect. The instrumental part is so good, but the best of is just the build up at the beginning. It's more slow pace, and it's just the perfect track to put at number 4 on that album after 3 tracks that are like really upbeat, really full of it's not briefing a lot, and then Every Time I Die comes and it's like, okay, it's so soothing, I'd say. Okay, number 9, another one that not a lot will of people will put in their list. Rat Within, such an underrated track for me. Love it since the first time I've listened to it. I think there's so many great things about that track, especially the second solo. All the instrumental part is such a roller coaster. You have a breathtaking solo at first, then like some riffs, more heavy riffs that are coming out, and then you have the sublime melody. So good. You can't get enough of that kind of part, and I think Alexi was very effective to write those kind of parts in the first 4 albums. So really dig that track, Rat Within. Number 8, Children of Decadence. Another one that starts with an incredible riff, incredible melody, and is just good stuff all in all. The soloing part is amazing. His voice on that track is really good. He's not just used some of his black metal scream, but also his raspy voice. It's not clean, it's not growls, it's in between, and it's so good. And the next track, he used it a lot too. Number 7, Mask of Sanity, from the same album, Follow the Ripper. Mask of Sanity has always been a top track for me. I'm quite surprised it's not in my top 5. I was doing the list and I was like, man, I think now it's not in my top 5 anymore, but such a quality track. The soloing section is absolutely amazing. The chorus, the riff during the chorus, it's... my god, how can you write something as good as that? As amazing. So Mask of Sanity, what a track. Number 6, Downfall. Yeah, already Downfall is my number 6. I don't have to talk a lot about that track because it's one of the best solo I've ever heard. It's a little bit more black metal oriented with atmospheric parts. It's another roller coaster of a track. It stops, it starts again, it stops. There's the piano transition. The transition on the first 3 albums especially are just out of this world. I think going from a riff to another, Alexi has the capacity to do something really cool. It's always a little lead line, a little soloing. The transition are so smooth in Hatebreeder and Follow the Ripper especially, and that's what I like the most about those albums. It flows so well, and Downfall is flowing so well, even if the tempo changes a lot. Top 5 now. Number 5, Silent Night, Bodom Night. What an epic track. What a melodic track. What a freaking good solo. I can listen to that solo like 10 times in a row and I can't get bored of it. It's just, let's play it for another shot. Give it 12. Repeat, listen. What a fantastic track, and I know it was the first track he wrote after the track Children of Bodom, obviously. After something while he wrote the single Children of Bodom, and then he wrote Silent Night, Bodom Night. That's what Kimberly Goss, who was his girlfriend at the time, said, and he wrote that like in an evening, like, let's go, we'll write a song and it's Silent Night, Bodom Night. Yeah, he's incredible as that. Number 4, Follow the Ripper. What an amazing track to start off an album. Probably my favorite first track from any Children of Bodom album. It's so effective, so melodic, and the riffs, all the riffs in that track are so amazing. Yes, the solo section is really cool. His voice, you immediately notice there's an evolution in his voice when you hear Follow the Ripper for the first time. When it came out, I was like, okay, the production is more refined. There's no rawness anymore. It's more modern sounding. The piano is so cool. It's more like power metal a little bit, but at the same time, it keeps the aggressiveness on top of the game, and all those melodies are to die for. I can't say enough good things about that song. Number 3, Children of Bodom. What a freaking good track. So many twists and turns in that track. The transition in that track. Listen to that again and tell me the transitions are not out of this freaking world. It's so amazing. And the part at the middle, the neoclassical switch, it's so amazing. It's the first riff, the first melody of that song is captivating. You're into it. You're like, let's go, we'll run for a marathon. No, maybe not. But it's so uplifting. Such a good track. Number 2, Towards Dead End. What an amazing song. The first melody of the song is so addictive. I can't get enough of that song. Up to today, I can listen to that song once a day, twice a day. I can't listen to that song too much. It's just that kind of song. The end of the song is so memorable, and on the live recording, Tokyo War Hearts is even better. And it was maybe a little bit faster too. Such an epic song, and I like the end. It's like a flute ending. I think that melody is so good. I was like, why they didn't use it a little bit longer to make a little bit of development with that idea, but they didn't, and it's such a cool way to end the song before Black Widow. That isn't in my top 20, but still a great track. Number 1, everybody knows what's my number 1. It's Kissing the Shadows, the ending track of the album Follow the Ripper, and it's a very known song because of that majestic solo at the end. But it's way more than that minute and a half at the end. It's just the first riff kicks off the song and you're like, whoa, okay, there's something special here. And then you have the first melody, really nice as a transition, and then the chorus. And live, you will do that freaking part. It's a solo in a chorus, and he's singing on top of that. And I saw him twice doing that, and I know Children of Bodom wasn't always like tight as they can be live, but on a lot of times I saw them, they were freaking tight. And when they played Kissing the Shadows, both times I saw that song live, it was incredibly tight. And it's so amazing to see someone sing and then playing so many notes at the same time. And I was so impressed, especially when I was younger, and I saw that, I was like, whoa, holy hell. Okay, James Hetfield is a good rhythm guitar player, but Chuck Schuldiner is a great shredder, but Alexi is playing really, he's soloing while he's singing, so it's pretty crazy. At the time it was really crazy, and then Yari Manpa did it, and a lot of singers these days are able to really be awesome guitar player while singing, but you're not playing, when you're singing, you're not playing the hardest stuff. On that song, he did. That's so hard to play. That's it for my top 20. I have to give some honorable mention on about tracks that I didn't put in my top 20, but I was struggling to put them. Dead Night Warrior was one of them, Lake Bodom obviously, Touch Like an Angel of Death, Hate Me, Black Widow, the only track on Hatebreeder that is not on this list. All Twisted, a song from the Halo of Blood album, is really nice. We're Not Gonna Fall and Trash, Lost and Strug Out was about to make the list, and then I decided, okay, when I checked the title, the tracks that are not on the list in the first 4 albums, I think they are better than those tracks anyway. But still, there's so many good tracks on album 5 up to the last one that it's called X. I think I'll do another list. If you want me to do another list for another top Children of Bodom tracks, I'll do it. So up to then, I hope you enjoyed. Give me your list if you want to. It's about sharing, and maybe I will change my mind on some of my choices. Who knows? Maybe not. So, stay metal and have a freaking nice day.